Hello everyone, I am Chandra Prakash Bhavana. I attended an interview in a department called DPIT, that is Department of Defense Production and IT Division, which comes under the Ministry of Defense. And the company location is New Delhi, and the interview date was the May 2026. So the first question they asked me, facade in Laravel. So in Laravel, a facade is a design pattern that provides a static interface to classes that are available in the Laravel service container. So in simple word or in simple terms, facades let you call Laravel service or classes like static methods, while internally they resolve objects from the service container. For example, use eliminate support facade cache, and this is a facade call cache double colon put key value 600. So behind the scenes, Laravel resolves the cache service from the container and calls the put method on the instance. So the key points are, facades are not truly static. They use PHP magic, that is double underscore call static, to route static calls to the service container. They help write cleaner and short code. So all Laravel facades are defined in the eliminate supports facades. So common Laravel facades. So first is the DB. So that services database. Facade, that is cache. Service is caching. Log, that is login. Route, that is routing. Storage, that is file system. Auth, that is authentication. View, that is view rendering. Session, service handling. So the summary is, facades in Laravel let you write simple code like cache double colon put, log double colon info, db double colon table. So instead of creating full objects or using dependency injection. Question number 2, they asked me store engine in MySQL. So first is the INNODB, that is best for applications needing transactions, data integrity and high concurrency. So the key features are, supports transaction, that is reliable data handling, supports foreign keys, that is relationships between tables. Third, uses raw level locking, that is better performance with when multiple users are accessing the data. Fourth, crash recovery to prevent data loss. Second is the ISAM, that is indexed sequential access method. So this is best for older system with simple read heavy applications. Key features, no transactions, less reliable for complex operations. No foreign keys, no relationship between tables. Table level locking, that is slower if multiple users are accessing data at the same time. Obsolete and not commonly used anymore. Third is the heap, that is the memory storage engine. So this is best for the temporary fast data storage, example for caching or intermediate operations. So the key features are, in memory storage that is extremely fast. Data disappears when the server restarts. Third, no persistent data is lost when the system shuts down. And this is ideal for the temporary data that doesn't need to be saved. Fourth is the MyISAM. So this is best for the read heavy applications that don't require transactions. So the key features are, no transaction, that is no guarantee for data consistency. Table level locking, that is slower if the many users access the table at once. Supports full text indexing, that is useful for searching text. Faster for read operations but not ideal for concurrent writes. So the summary, INNODB, that is best for the application needing transaction and data safety. ISAM, old engine, no transaction or relationships, rarely used today. Heap, fast temporarily in memory storage for quick operations. MyISAM, good for read heavy applications but lacks supports for transaction. Third question they asked me, ACID properties. So in SQL, a transaction is set of operations that are executed as a single unit. So these operations can include multiple SQL statements such as insert, update, and delete. So transaction ensures that the database maintains its integrity and consistency according to the ACID property, that is atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability. Basic transaction commands. Start transaction. Initiates a transaction. Commit. Saves all changes made during the transaction to the database. Rollback. Undoes all changes made during the transaction, returning the database to its state before the transaction began. So basic SQL transaction. Start transaction. Perform some operation. Update account set balance equal to balance minus 100 where account ID equal to 1. Second, update set balance equal to balance plus 100 where account ID equal to 2. If everything is correct, commit the changes, that is commit. So rolling back a transaction. If something goes wrong during the transaction, you can use rollback to undo the changes. So here, if an error occurs before the commit statement, the rollback ensures that no changes are applied to the database. So in this example, a transaction begins with the start transaction. Two update statements are executed to transfer money between two accounts. If the transaction is successful, commit is issued while the change is permanent. So transaction, that is ACID, atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. So the concept of transactions in database is defined by the ACID property, which ensures that database operations are processed reliably. Here is a breakdown of each component of the ACID. First is atomicity, that is all or nothing. Definition. A transaction is treated as a single unit, meaning either all of its operations are executed or none are. For example, if a transaction involves transferring money from one account to another, both the debit from one account and the credit to the other must succeed. If one fails, the entire transaction is rolled back, ensuring no partial updates. Second is the consistency, that is the valid state. Definition. A transaction takes the database from one valid state to another valid state. It ensures that the rules and constraints of the database, so such as foreign key checks, are always maintained. For example, if a rule says that the balance in an account cannot be negative, a transaction that tries to withdraw more money than the available balance will fail, keeping the data consistent. Third is the isolation, that is the independent execution. Definition. Transactions are executed in isolation, meaning that the operation of one transaction are not visible to others until the transaction is complete. This ensures that the transactions do not interfere with each other. Example, if two users try to transfer money from one same account simultaneously, isolation ensures that the final result is correct as if they were processed. So one after the other, even if they were processed at the same time. Fourth is the durability, that is permanent. Definition. Once a transaction is committed, its changes are permanent, even in this case of a system crash or failure. The database ensures that the changes are returned to non-volatile storage like a disk. Example, if a transaction to transfer money is committed and the system crashed afterward, the transaction's effects money transferred will still be preserved when the system recovers. So the summary is atomicity, that is everything happens or nothing happens. Consistency, data moves from one valid state to another. Isolation, transactions don't affect each other's operations. And durability, once a transaction is completed, its change is permanent. Fourth question they asked me, OOPS concept. So OOPS is, this is a real world concept. So object oriented programming language, that is OOPS, is a way of writing programs where everything is based on object. So objects are like real world things, example a car, a dog, that have properties, that is the characteristics and methods. So encapsulation refers to the binding of data members that is variables, and functions, that is method, into a single entity. Second is the inheritance. So inheritance is a means of sharing attributes and operations among classes. Abstraction refers to provide essential features without including background details or explanation. Polymorphism. Polymorphism means that the same operation name may have differently on different classes. Question number 5. They asked me types of encapsulation. So there are three types: data encapsulation, method encapsulation, and class encapsulation. So first, data encapsulation. Variable, private. Method encapsulation, helper methods are private. Class encapsulation, object creation, that is singleton. Question number 6. Traits in PHP. PHP does not support multiple inheritance directly because a class in PHP can inherit from only one parent class. This restriction avoids the complexities and ambiguity of the diamond problem, which can occur in the multiple inheritance scenario. So trait logger, public function log, $message, echo log, $message. Trait notifier, public function notify, echo notification, $message. Class user, use logger notifier, public function create user $name, echo user $name created. This log created user $name, and this notify user $name has been added. So $user equal to new user, $user create user Alice. So user Alice created, log created user Alice, notification user Alice has been added. Question number 7, they ask me eloquent in Laravel. So eloquent used to register model event listener like the creating, updating, deleting. Example, protected static function boot, parent : boot, static : create function $model, and model UUID str : UUID. Having and group by in SQL. The next question they asked me. So group by, group rows that have same values. Having used with a group by to filter group data. So where filters rows, having filters group data. Ninth question they ask me design pattern. A design pattern is a reusable solution to a common problem that happens in the software design. It's like a template or the best practice that helps you write clean, organized, and maintainable code. So simple example is, let's say you always need to make only one object of a class, like a database connection. Instead of figuring it out every time, you can use a singleton design pattern which gives you ready solution. So one-liner answer. A design pattern is a reusable and proven solution to a common problem in a software design. So there are few types like the singleton pattern. Purpose: ensure only one instance of a class is created. Example, database connection class. Real life, only one government in a country. So that is a singleton. Second, the factory pattern. Purpose: create object without exposing the exact class. For example, Chef Factory creates circle or square. Real life, ordering pizza from a restaurant, you don't know how it is made. Observer pattern. Purpose: when one object changes, other get notified automatically. Example, when data changes, update UI. Real life, you subscribe to YouTube, when a channel uploads, you get notified. So that is the observer pattern. Fourth is the strategy pattern. Purpose: choose different algorithm at runtime. Example, payment with card, UPI, or cash. So the real time is you choose how to travel, car, bike, or bus. Decorator pattern. Purpose: add features to an object without changing its code. Example, add scroll bar to a window UI. So real life, tracing a pizza with extra cheese or olives. MVC, that is model view controller, that is the architecture pattern, and MVVM, MVP, repository pattern, service locator, etc. So these were the question asked in the DPIT, that is the Department of Defense Production and IT Division, and the company location was New Delhi, and the interview date was the May 20, 2026. So I will share more interview question with you. Till then, bye.